Hello everyone, welcome to Online Turkish School lesson number 16. It's been such a long time, it's been really a long time. I think the last time I did a video was 7 or 8 months ago, I can't remember anymore. And anyway, I hope you missed me and I'm here now. So in this lesson I'm going to be teaching you the future tense because everyone has been asking me to teach them more tenses, and in Turkish we have many tenses, and this one's gonna be about future tense. You already know the present continuous tense, simple past tense, and past continuous tense, and now it's gonna be simple future. Now, if you remember, in Turkish the verbs end in either mek or mak, right? For instance, we say öğrenmek, which means to teach, and then we have konuşmak, for example, which means to speak, and then we have uyumak, which means to sleep, and one last verb would be yürümek, which means to walk or to go for a walk. Now, let's see how we're gonna express the sentences like I'm going to learn, or I will learn. I'm gonna speak, or I will speak. We're gonna sleep. You're gonna go for a walk, and stuff like that. Stuff that we use to express an action that's gonna occur in the future, sometime in the future. Now, first of all, as you know, we're gonna get rid of the infinitive suffix, alright? So, we're gonna get rid of this mek, this mak, mek, etc. So, basically we're gonna be left with öğren, konuş, uyu, and yürü for these four verbs, right? And lastly, we add ecek, which is a suffix. So you're gonna have to pay attention to the vowel harmony. So it's gonna become acak as well if necessary. For instance, öğren ends in e, so you're gonna be using ecek for öğren, but konuş ends in u, so it's gonna be konuş, acak, and stuff like that. Now let's get rid of these four verbs and just focus on öğrenmek, to teach. So I'm gonna add the future tense suffix, which is going to be ecek for this verb because it ends in, the root ends in e, and so that's the choice. Öğren, ecek. Okay, this is will learn, but coincidentally it's also the third person conjugation. So you have already at your disposal the fully conjugated verb öğren ecek, which means he will learn, or he's gonna learn, she will learn, they will learn, or they're gonna learn. Alright? Now how about for other people though? You're gonna have to add this the suffixes for verb to be, which is for ben. Oops. For ben it's gonna be ben öğrenecek, plus we're gonna add in. Now if you see, we have a ketchup consonant here, and we have a vowel here. That means we're gonna see some softening. So ben öğrenecek plus im, this is gonna become, this k is gonna soften into a soft g, and then we add it finally. So sorry, ben öğreneceğim. Okay. And how about for sen? We already have öğrenecek, and then we add sin. Well, this ends in a, and then we add e, so there's nothing to change. Sen öğreneceksin, which is you're going to learn, or you will learn. And as I said, the simple future form, or öğrenecek, is also the conjugation for third person, or öğrenecek, which means he will learn, or he's gonna learn. And for biz, which is we're gonna add is. Sorry. And as you see, just like here, this ends in K, we have a vowel here. It didn't occur for sen, because we had a K, right? But the suffix started with an S, so there was no softening there. It was out of the question. But here, it occurs because we have ketchup consonant and a vowel, which is going to soften it. So this is going to become soft G again, and then we can add it. Biz öğreneceğiz, and then for siz, öğrenecek plus siniz, which is, I'm just going to add it, öğreneceksiniz, and for onlar, you can say öğrenecek or öğrenecekler, both are okay. So basically you just add verb to be suffixes, the suffixes that you use to form sentences like I am rich, I am a teacher, I am a, I don't know, I'm a jerk, something, whatever. You use the same suffixes at the end of the verb, okay? So first of all you get the verb root, and then you add the future tense suffix, and then verb to be. So, now let's look at another word, verb. It's going to be konuşmak, since we talked. Let me also get rid of this. Konuşmak, which has the root konuş, okay? And then we're going to add the future suffix, because of who it's going to be acak, okay? So it's going to be acak. Now let's see. Ben konuşacak plus im. Okay? So we have K plus im, so this case is going to be soft G, right? And then we have E plus E. So because of the A, it's going to become U, konuşacağım, right? Ben konuşacağım. So I'm just going to delete this. Ben konuşacağım means I'm going to speak. For instance, ben Türkçe konuşacağım. I'm going to speak Turkish, or I will speak Turkish. Going to or will, it's the same thing in Turkish, alright? So, ben konuşacağım. And then we have sen konuşacaksın, o konuşacak. And again with these, we're gonna see a consonant softening. Konuşacağız, siz konuşacaksınız. Onlar konuşacaklar. Okay. Now, what about if the verb ends in a vowel, such as the verb uyumak? Uyumak. To sleep. So the root is uyu, and then we're gonna, because of u, we're gonna add acak. But we have u and a vowel clash, something that we don't want in Turkish. So in this case, as most of you can imagine, we're gonna add a buffer consonant, which, as usual, is y. So uyuyacak, uyuyacak, okay? And the rest is gonna be the same. Let's just do it. Ben, try to do it. Ben uyuyacağım. Sen uyuyacaksın. Or it's gonna be the same, isn't it? So uyuyacak. Biz, don't forget the consonant softening. Uyuyacağız. Siz uyuyacaksınız. Onlar uyuyacak. Or uyuyacaklar. Sometimes when I speak Turkish, I speak with an American accent. Onlar uyuyacaklar. And can you try the verb yürümek, to walk, which has the root, yürü. Let's see. So because of U, we're gonna add this one. But because of the fact that we have two vowels right now, we're gonna add the helper Y. This we didn't need it for the verbs like konuşmak, because it ended in a consonant, and we had vowel, consonant, ajak, consonant again. That was pretty good. But for these verbs whose root end in a vowel, you're gonna have to use this buffer Y. So let's try. Ben yürüyeceğim, sen yürüyeceksin, o yürüyecek, biz yürüyeceğiz, siz yürüyeceksiniz, onlar yürüyecek, or onlar yürüyecekler. Okay? Pretty simple so far, right? Now, the bad news. We so rarely pronounce these things the way they are written, the way that I show you. Alright. Now, this part is going to be about how we say it in spoken language, and you're going to have to understand that each person kind of has their own accent. So what I'm gonna say might differ slightly from person to person, but no one corrects each other, because none of them is actually the standard form. But even on television we hear the spoken forms, and so actually using the written form sounds really awkward. So just pick whichever version sounds better to you, and I'm just going to show the way I pronounce them, alright? So, let's get back to the verb öğrenmek. Okay? Basically, the written form is ben öğreneceğim, right? If I read carefully, it's going to be ben öğreneceğim. But in spoken language, we say, I'm going to write here, right? We say ben öğreneceğim. Okay? I say it that way. Ben öğreneceğim. Some people say ben öğreneceğim, which is even more colloquial. Some people say ben öğreneceğim with longer a. Whatever suits you. Don't write it that way, of course. But in spoken language, no one says ben öğreneceğim. Everyone changes it, makes it simpler. So ben öğreneceğim. So for my case, this eceğim ending is pronounced ecem. Okay. So ben öğreneceğim. Okay, ben öğreneceğim. And for sen, this ecek ending becomes ecek for me. So the whole thing becomes eceksin. Sen öğreneceksin. Sen öğreneceksin. Sen öğreneceksin. Okay. In more colloquial speech, we just get rid of this C as well. And so it becomes sen öğreneceksin. Okay, it becomes something like this. Sen öğreneceksin. This is even more colloquial. Okay. But we don't use these forms when we're in a formal situation, okay? I mean, not this one. This öğreneceksin, not this one at least. You can use sen öğreneceksin with E everywhere. Even on television we hear it that way. But in spoken language, where formality isn't a problem for you at that particular moment, you can use whatever you like. And you're gonna hear both forms. So be careful about that. For öğrenecek, we say again, just a dash, okay. O öğrenecek. Also, I made a mistake here. Okay. O öğrenecek, Instead of that, we say o öğrenecek. So basically, instead of ecek, I say ecek. Okay. So biz öğreneceğiz. This one is a little different, right? Because we don't have an ecek, but it's a soft G there. So I pronounce it as biz öğreneceğiz. Okay. So biz öğreneceğiz without the soft G or E. Siz öğreneceksiniz. This is the standard form, but I just say siz öğreneceksiniz. Okay. And in very colloquial speech, you can hear again siz öğreneceğiniz, but this is really very colloquial. I mean, this is not always used, but this way, everyone says it this way. Siz öğreneceksiniz. And for onlar, as you can imagine, we say onlar öğrenecekler, or without the ler, which is the same thing here. Why is it becoming che? I think this microsoft is correcting my speed. Anyway, so you get the idea, right? With ecek, it becomes ej, and soft G and I is disappearing, so ecem, eceksin, ecek, ecez, eceksin, ecekler. Okay. So can you write the verb? Let's say gelmek, which means to come. Can you write it down? And when I say write it down, you have to use the standard forms here. And can you pronounce them out loud? You can pause the video and do this. And I'm gonna do it now. So in written language, it's gonna become ben geleceğim, sen geleceksin, o gelecek, biz geleceğiz, siz geleceksiniz, onlar gelecekler. But in spoken language, we say ben geleceğim, sen geleceksin, o gelecek, biz geleceğiz, siz geleceksiniz, onlar gelecekler. Okay, so you kind of have to memorize the two distinct forms. If you want, you can always use these standard forms, although no one uses them. But you have to be able to understand when people say "sen," like "biz geleceğiz." You have to be familiar with that form too. Okay. How about with a verb with which we use acak? Let's say, for example, we had the verb konuşmak, which means to speak, right? And let me also delete these. Ben konuşacağım. This is the standard form. What we say, konu. Basically, I add the ecek ending because I want to add this, right? And because of this e, it's like an e suffix, even though it doesn't exist normally, but in spoken language it becomes e, and therefore we treat it as e, an e suffix, which with u, would become u, and with u, a would become a. Okay, and as I said, this soft g and u disappears, so we just remain. What's remaining is konuşacağım. Okay, konuşacağım. Of course, as I said, this is the way I say it. Okay, maybe you will have friends that don't pronounce it this way. That's okay. None of them is entirely correct. So for sen konuşacaksın, we say, or I say, konuşacaksın. Or, as I said, this s can be omitted too. So sen konuşacaksın is even more colloquial. Alright? O konuşacak, or just konuşacak. Okay? Biz konuşacağız, or konuşacağız. Siz konuşacaksınız, or konuşacaksınız. Maybe I can, yeah, it's better. Onlar konuşacaklar, or just konuşacaklar. Now, I have to also tell you that some people even omit these u's. This is, just you can pick whatever form you want. Just listen to your favorite person, Turkish person, and listen to their speech, and you can copy them. Right? There's no rule here. So the written forms are these only, but spoken forms might change. So some people omit this u, okay, which results in a ketchup fahişesi consonant plus a soft consonant, which is going to become also sh. So in spoken language, some people say konuşacağım, but I don't really like this form, and so, but whatever suits you, okay, whatever you like. So this is the way I say it, konuşacağım. So that's it. Now, enough with the spoken languages and so on. What about negative forms, right? Negative forms. For instance, let's get the word öğrenmek again. Okay, öğrenmek. Now we omit the infinitive suffix, which is öğren, and then we add the negative suffix me, which can also become ma, as you can imagine, and then we add ecek or acak. Now, of course, if you have me, you will automatically have ecek, and if you have ma, you will automatically have acak because of the vowel harmony. So we can do the math beforehand. So if I add ecek here, we have two vowels, so in between I'm going to add the y again. So for future tense, in negative form, you will add mecek, or the same way, you will add mayacak, okay? And then the personal suffixes. So, for instance, öğrenmek in negative form will be öğrenmeyeceğim, öğrenmeyeceksin, öğrenmeyecek, öğrenmeyeceğiz, öğrenmeyeceksiniz, and öğrenmeyecekler. Okay? I did fast and remember these consonant softenings for ben and bis. Now about the pronunciation. Well, this, as I said, this ecek becomes ejek in spoken language, at least for me, it becomes so. And this whole as suffix becomes a long e for me, okay? So I'm just gonna do the spoken language, okay? This is only for spoken language. Öğrenmi, and these also go. Öğrenmeyeceğim, öğrenmeyeceksin, öğrenmeyecek, well, these all go. Too much. Öğrenmeyeceğiz. Then we have öğrenmeyeceksiniz and öğrenmeyecekler. Okay. At first, these things can seem confusing. If you want, you can use the standard forms all the time, okay? No one can correct you. I'm just teaching you these forms because everyone is using them. So you're gonna have to familiarize with these forms. And you're gonna get used to it. In time, you're gonna be doing, using all the verbs in future tense in spoken language without even thinking. So that's it. How about a verb that will receive a mayacak? Let's see, again with konuşmak. Normally I'm gonna say konuşmayacağım, konuşmayacaksın, konuşmayacak, konuşmayacağız, konuşmayacaksınız, konuşmayacaklar. Normally the standard language is this: konuşmayacağım, konuşmayacaksın, and so on. But in spoken language, as I said, this becomes so this whole ayah becomes a long in fact a little bit of a y sound. Konuşmayacağım, and of course please go. Konuşmayacağım, actually I can delete one because it's unnecessary. Konuşmayacaksın, konuşmayacak. This is the way I say it. Konuşmayacak, konuşmayacağız. Of course, these soft G and will also go. And konuşmayacaksınız and konuşmayacaklar. Okay, so that's it. How about making a question? Well, to make a question, you build the future tense suffix, and of course you add the question word form, which is me, mu, and so on, and you add the personal suffixes to this one. For example, gelmek, to come, gelecek, will come, the future tense, and if I want to say will you come, I'll just add me, and the normal you ending sin comes to here. Gelecek misin. Of course, in spoken language, this will become gelecek misin, but you know. And gelecek mi, will he come or will she come? Gelecek mi, yes. I added a y here because of two vowels, and it's going to be the same thing here. Gelecek mi, yim. Will I come? Am I gonna come? And gelecek misiniz? Gelecek. If you want to add the lag, you add it here. If not, you just leave it be. Gelecek mi? Onlar gelecek mi? Will they come? And with a suffix that with a verb that has r, all of them becomes r, and then these become u. So it's the same thing. Anyway, you learn the future tense, and I want to give you some homework so that you can work on this future tense. For instance, we can say in February I will fly to let's say to Bucharest, which is in Turkish Bucharest. And the second sentence will be in 2020 I will visit let's say Venice, okay? And this Venice, and let's not say I will, let's say he will visit Venice, okay? Venice in Turkish is Venedik. And in the third sentence will be tomorrow we're going to finish this report. When will you come home? And finally, I think I'm going to have a pizza tonight. Okay, so that's your homework. You can send me your homework by PM and I'll try to answer those PMs. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.